What's up, guys? It's Mike from True Business Review, and today we're here to talk about the ton of players that have opted out before the NFL deadline. So all these players who have opted out, if they opted out for medical conditional reasons, they get a $350,000 base salary. And if they opt out voluntarily, they receive a $150,000 salary. So all these players who opt out are still eligible to earn at least $150K. The deadline to opt out was today at 4 p.m., and all of these players that we are going to talk about have decided to not play this season. We're going to go in alphabetical order by team, starting with the Arizona Cardinals. From the Arizona Cardinals, we have Marcus Gilbert, offensive tackle, not that important. From the Atlanta Falcons, no players have opted out that I could see. From the Baltimore Ravens, Andre Smith, offensive tackle, and DeAnthony Thomas, wide receiver. From the Buffalo Bills, E.J. Gaines, cornerback, Star Lotulelli, defensive tackle. From the Carolina Panthers, Christian Miller, outside linebacker. From the Carolina Panthers, Jordan Mack, linebacker. From the Cincinnati Bengals, Isaiah Prince, offensive tackle, and Josh Tupou, defensive tackle. From the Bears, Jordan Lucas, safety, and Eddie Goldman, defensive tackle. Eddie Goldman is a pretty solid player. Cleveland Browns, we got a ton of players. Malcolm Pridgeon, guard. Kobe Gossett, guard. Andrew Billings, defensive tackle. Drew Forbes, guard. And Drake Dorbeck, offensive tackle. So 4 offensive linemen opting out for Cleveland. From the Cowboys, I wish their whole team opts out. We got Jamizi Aluwale, fullback, not that important. Stephen Guidry, a wide receiver, and Maurice Kennedy, a cornerback. From the Broncos, Jawan James, offensive tackle, and Kyle Pico, defensive tackle. From the Detroit Lions, Russell Bodine, center, and Geronimo Allison, wide receiver, and John Atkins, defensive tackle. So Geronimo Allison and John Atkins honestly can make an impact on the Detroit Lions. So those 2 players opting out is kind of a big deal. The Green Bay Packers, Devin Funchess, wide receiver. The Texans, Eddie Vanderdoes, defensive tackle. Indianapolis Colts, Marvel Tell, cornerback. Rollin Milligan, safety, and Sky Moore, linebacker. From the Chiefs, who just won the Super Bowl, Lucas Niang, offensive tackle. Damian Williams, Super Bowl could have been MVP running back, is opting out for the 2020 season. And Laurent Duvernay Tardif, guard. From the Las Vegas Raiders, Ukeme Elagwe, linebacker. DJ Killings, DB, and Jeremiah Valuaga, defensive end. From the Chargers, I could not find any players. From the Los Angeles Rams, Chandler Brewer, offensive tackle. From the Jacksonville Jaguars, Rashawn Melvin, cornerback. Lorente McRae, defensive end, and Al Woods, defensive tackle. From the Miami Dolphins, Albert Wilson and Allen Hurns, wide receiver. So both those players are wide receivers. Those could be impacts because both those players, honestly, could be for the third-string job there. Minnesota Vikings, Michael Pierce, defensive lineman. The Patriots are the team that's going to be hurt most by this. They have 8 players and lead the league in the most opt-outs. Matt Lacoste, tight end. Marquise Lee, wide receiver. Patrick Chung, safety. Dante Hightower, linebacker. Brandon Bolden, running back. Marcus Cannon, offensive tackle. Danny Vitale, fullback. And Najee Turan, offensive lineman. From the Saints, Cole Wick, tight end, and Jason Vanderland, tight end. From the Giants, Sam Beal, cornerback. Damari Scott, wide receiver. And Nate Solder, left tackle. From the Jets, C.J. Mosley, who was a good player, and Leo Kalamaga, offensive lineman. From the Philadelphia Eagles, Marquise Goodwin is opting out. He's obviously the new wide receiver. Kind of stinks because he was in a video with destroying, not wearing a mask, and he's opting out with the season. So kind of contradictory, I guess. But the San Francisco 49ers, Sean Coleman, offensive lineman, and Travis Benjamin, wide receiver. From the Seahawks, Chance Warmack, guard. Steelers couldn't find anybody. Lucky you, Pittsburgh. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Brad Seaton, offensive tackle. Titans, Anthony McKinney, offensive lineman. And then the Washington football team, Josh Harvey Clemens, linebacker, and Caleb Brantley, defensive lineman. Free agent Larry Warford, guard, has opted out as well. So that's all the players from every single team opting out. Sorry if the audio quality is a little bad for this video. Kind of making this video in a weird situation. Not the best audio quality probably. So, my bad, but there it is. Those are all the players who are opting out of the 2020 NFL season. Yeah, it's going to be a weird season. I'd be shocked if nothing crazy happens. If a starting quarterback like Matthew Stafford gets it, I know he already has it, but if he got it during the season, then the Lions playoffs host would basically be shot. So it's going to be an interesting season full of surprises. Comment your thoughts down below. Let me know any players that I missed. I kind of just looked off a list. So if there's any players that are just opting out because the deadline just happened, type it in the comments. Help us out here. And there it is. Subscribe, boys.